the Houthis issued a grave threat against Benjamin Netanyahu in the wake of the recent Epstein-Baal controversy. The rebel group shared an image of Netanyahu depicted in the likeness of Baal on their Telegram channel on February 11. In the image, Netanyahu's likeness appeared engulfed in flames with a threatening caption saying, "Next." This development came as millions of Iranians took to the streets to mark 47 years since the Islamic Revolution. As shown in video circulating on social media, large statues of a horned, bull-headed figure were burned in public events in Tehran and Isfahan. Organizers of the state-backed events described these statues, which also bore the Star of David, as a symbol of the devil. Iranian media said Baal represented Satanism, elite corruption, and child sacrifice in Western societies. On February 9, a senior Iranian official publicly condemned the United States and Israel in connection with the latest Epstein files. Mohsen Rezaei said, quote, "Trump and Netanyahu have done things that Hitler didn't do, Genghis Khan didn't do, and there's so much shame in it that with these recent statements that have been published from that island, everyone is going to these holes so that they can't be seen, their photos can't be published, and nothing can be said about them. This great crime, from burying alive, from ripping newborn babies to pieces, from the very horrible moral actions they did, the ugliness they did, this is a trend that has started, the 21st century began with this incident." Unquote. This came as the final tranche of the Epstein files triggered a chilling online controversy linked to Baal. Among the documents released on January 30, one money transfer record particularly caught the attention of internet users. In that correspondence, Epstein reportedly requested that $11,438 be wired to an account described as Baal. Users on X widely shared snapshots of this document and circulated claims suggesting it pointed to demonic worship or occult practices. One user claimed, quote, "Epstein named his bank account Baal. Baal is a demonic being that was worshipped in ancient Israel by some Hebrews before they converted to Judaism. Child sacrifice is a ritual of Baal worshippers, usually through burning, like Israel did to Gaza. Archaeological discoveries have found thousands of urns with cremated infant and small children's remains. Now we have evidence of Epstein's circle killing and even eating children." Unquote. Another X account said, quote, "Jeffrey Epstein had a bank account named Baal and asked someone at JP Morgan to wire him over $11,000. Baal is a demonic figure and an enemy to Jesus, as written in the Holy Bible." Biblical scholars were quick to note that Baal is repeatedly referenced in the Old Testament, appearing as a name associated with ancient deities worshipped in the Middle East. Experts explained that Baal worship in antiquity was often characterized by acts of sensual devotion and, historically, involved practices such as ritualistic prostitution. Historians added that the worship of Baal reached its height during the reign of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel in ancient Israel, a period often cited as the peak of the cult's influence. According to ancient texts and biblical commentary, followers of Baal were even believed to sacrifice their firstborn children in a bid to appease the deity and gain favor. These religious references found in the Epstein case documents quickly fueled widespread online claims suggesting possible connections to human sacrifice and infant offerings. This prompted renewed scrutiny of Epstein's background and faith, given that he was born into a Jewish family, leading to further online speculation. Adding to the controversy, some social media users claimed that Epstein's private island contained a temple-like structure, which they theorized was dedicated to the figure Moloch. Online commentators described Moloch as a mythical entity known in ancient lore as an entity associated with child sacrifice and desires granted through horrific offerings. However, others dismissed the entire episode concerning the name Baal, arguing that it could simply be a typographical error, possibly meant to read bank on the transfer form.